Hello and welcome to part 6 of the ships of the 14th anniversary bundle. This video we are looking at the Tal Shiar Adapted Destroyer. We'll be looking at the Vanity shields from the Dilithium store, which are available during certain events of the year. I'll also be looking at the shields from the Zen store. Now at the time of recording there is a bug with the lighting in the ship customizer, causing light hull material to reflect extremely brightly against the lighting, so it does cause a bit of blinding effect, and I'll try and ensure that I let you know when that's coming as we look at the ships. And as usual, the chapters for the video are listed in the description down below. So the first shield we're going to look at is the Alliance Vanity shield. So this is currently the only one available in the C store, or the Zen store. Comes as part of the Khitomer Alliance bundle, which has the shield, the Alliance uniform, and an upgrade. Now, this is a white hull material, so you can already see it is quite bright, and there's quite a lot of white on this one, so this is going to be a very bright walkthrough of this ship. And also the pairing of the shield effects to the ship itself seems to be a bit off. So I'm just going to mention the colours and what they normally are on various ships. So we have this white hull material. We've got some grey shading here as well. We've also got this red line effect. The rear you can see some of the gold shading with that cyan colour there that is normally the warp nacelle and the deflector colour. Side on, you can make out some of this orange plasma effect, which is normally the Bassard collectors. So touch more of the cyan there, more of the gold as well. Rotate through it. And you see more of that orange plasma effect up here. And there's the impulse colour effect there, the red through orange, yellow and into white. And more of the cyan there as well. And touch more of that orange plasma look here, and more of the gold shading with the grey and the red stripe there. Moving over to the Dilithium store now. So this here is the Baul Vanity shield. That's a very popular shield in the game. We've got this dark grey hull material. So you touch this cyan colouring here, which is for the Bassard collectors, the nacelles and the deflector on most ships. Right here we've got this white shading here. Side on you see a touch of that deep red, which is normally the impulse colour. And you can make out some of this etched pattern design on the hull material as well. That's more of that red impulse effect there. With cyan into white colouring here as well. See more of the etched pattern up top here. And more of the cyan lighting there. Here we have the Borg Vanity shield. So it gives your vessel the look of a liberated Borg vessel. So we've got this grey hull material. It's got various shapes of hull plating effect to it. With the blue lighting here, so that's normally the impulse, nacelles, Bassard and deflector colour. So it could be any of those in this one. Same here with the blue there at the back. Then you see some of this darker grey with this blue lighting effect. So that's exposed areas of hull, showing a conduit effect. Same down here, and there's also a touch of gold lighting as well in some of them. More of that blue illumination there as well. See more of the blue illuminated areas up the top here, and again down here. And we're seeing the same there on the underside. Here we have the Discovery Vanity Shield. So this shield changes its appearance depending on your faction alignment. So on a Federation aligned character such as this one, we get the look of Starfleet vessels in Season 1 of Star Trek Discovery. And then we'll have a look at the Klingon aligned version next. So we've got this light grey two-tone hull material. You can see a bit of the pattern here. We'll have this blue effect lighting here that's got a bit of a pattern to it. So that's normally the Bassard Collector effect on this shield. In the rear we've got some this white lighting, which is normally the deflector colour. We've got this pattern effect here, which again is normally for the deflector. The blue there, which is also the nacelle colour on most ships. This might get a bit brighter as we rotate through it. Actually, it's not too bad. So that's the Bassard Collector effect that we're seeing here. We're seeing the Impulse honeycomb red down here as well. And more of that blue pattern effect there. So here we have the Klingon look to the Discovery Vanity Shield. So we see this brown hull material. You see this red and pulsating white effect here for the Bassard Collectors. And look at this yellow and white here for the Impulse. And from the side on you can see a lot more of that pattern effect to the hull material. And I bet we'll get that pulsating red and white there. Here we have the Emperor's Vanity Shield. So we've got this greyish hull material. You can see the deep yellow effects there, so that's normally the Bassard Collectors. See a touch of orange here, and that's normally the deflector array colouring. Back more of that orange effect there. And with this cyan colour, and that's normally the Impulse engine effect. And this lighter yellow, and that's normally the nacelle colour. Then we see a bit of this purple shading as well. And we see more of that nacelle colouring there. More of the orange, the cyan, and a touch of yellow. This is the Ferengi Vanity Shield. So we have the orange that we see on Ferengi vessels in the TV shows. We've got some gold as well. We've got this yellow effect here, which is normally the Impulse engines or the Bassard Collectors. Got this lighter yellow here, which is normally the nacelle colour. And more of the lighter yellow there, some of the gold shading. This is the Hur'q Vanity Shield. So I have this pale green hull material with this purple shading as well. Here we've got this green colour, which could be the nacelles, the Bassard collectors, the impulse engines, or even the deflector. Got this illuminated green pattern to the hull material as well. More of the green illuminated section here. See it here and here again. You see a bit of a shading pattern as well on the hull material. This pattern effect here, which is normally the impulse engine pattern on most ships. So moving on to this very bright Kelvin Divergence Vanity Shield. So similar to the Discovery one, it does have two appearances depending on your faction alignment. So here is the Federation one, and we'll look at the Klingon one in a moment. So it's designed to give your vessel the look of Starfleet vessels in the reboot films. So as you can see, it's a very light grey hull material. We've got this white effect here. Slightly more bluish effect there. This orange and yellow, which is normally the impulse effect. This god-awful Bassard collector effect going on up here. And we see it the same again there on the underside. So here we have the Kelvin Divergence Vanity Shield on a Klingon aligned character. So we see various shades of green to the hull material with some grey. Got the yellow colouring of the Bassard collectors showing here. Got some yellow illumination there as well. See the red of the impulse engines just showing here. Here we have the Section 31 Vanity Shield. That's another popular shield in the game. So we see this two-tone darker hull material. Everything's blacked out at the back here, which is normally the effect of the Bassard collectors on this shield. See a touch of the red illumination there, that's normally the impulse colour, and a bit of the striped material there for the hull. There's more of that red effect that's done with impulse engines, and all the usual illuminated sections up here are blackened out, which I say is normally the Bassard collector effect. Now a touch of the cyan lighting there, which could either be the nacelle colour or the deflector array colour. This is the Tzenkethi Vanity Shield. So we've got this green hull material with a carved pattern to it. We've got some grey shading on the hull material also. Then we have this panel lighting effect, and certain parts of it do pulsate, as we can see. In the rear, I've got this orange colour, which is normally the deflector array effect on this shield. You can see some of the black hull material there. I've got some white here with a bit of a pattern, so that's normally the Bassard collectors. And you can see that pulsating white effect there. And more of the white, which could be the nacelle or the impulse colour on this shield. And more of that orange, which as I say is normally the deflector array. There's the pattern effect on the white there, so that's normally the Bassard effect on this shield. And the last shield we're looking at from the Dilithium store is the Zhat Vash Vanity shield. So we see this olive green and fawn or sandy colour to the hull material. This red illumination here, which is normally the impulse engines. See more of the red effect there. This bright green pattern effect, which is normally the Bassard collectors. Got kind of a army camouflage pattern to it. And more of the green there, which could be the nacelle colour, and more of the red, which again, as I said, is the impulse colour on this shield. And more of that pattern effect there, which is normally the Bassard collector effect. And that concludes our look at the Tal Shiar Adapted Destroyer. If I'm being honest, I wasn't overly impressed with the shield visuals on it. A lot of the arrangement of the illuminated sections that would normally be the nacelles or the Bassard collectors or the deflector and so forth just didn't seem to tie up with any logical placement on the ship. So I was quite disappointed with that. But hopefully it's give you an idea that if you have the ship, it'll at least show you what the shields look like on it. As always, any likes and subscriptions are greatly appreciated, and I do thank you all for watching this. You'll find my usual links in the description below for the STO wiki, for the Star Trek Online news blog, my social media, my Real Merch affiliate link for 10% off your order, and for Casual Sab's YouTube channel for builds, reviews, Q&As, live streams and news roundups. And all that's left is to thank you again for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.